Hey guys, this is Fresh, aka Blue Phoenix, back for tutorial part 2. I promised I would do the rest of the drums in this tutorial, and I was lying. I'm actually going to go ahead and wipe out everything I've done here so far. We're going to start clean. It's not going to let me do that. Let me do insert a MIDI track. You must have at least one track. We're going to go ahead and add a drum rack really quick, and I'm going to use the sampled kick drum from the remix pack and throw that in my drum rack. I'm just going to very quickly put my kick drum on here. Now you can see that it's ticking really low, and to know what level it's at, what it's peaking at, you have to drag this up, and it looks like it's at -8. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring that up 8 dB, so it's about at 0. I'll tell you what, let's give ourselves a little bit of headroom. Have it hit right below. So we're going to go ahead and create a awesome sounding bass line with Hive. And just to get started here, I'm going to write the tune in A minor. So I'm going to put these bass notes at on the 16ths at A3. And they're going to sound a little bit high, but we're gonna fix that. So beautiful, beautiful bass. Let's call it let's just call it bass. I'm going to call this drums, and I'm going to give this a nice reddish color. And my bass will have a nice orangish color. Oh yes, that's the bass I'm looking for. Okay, so obviously no, that's not it. So we're just going to create, let's go down an octave, and we're going to give it some unison here. We're going to bring that width all the way down so it's not too crazy on the stereo image on a bass. It's really quiet, so I'm going to bring the output up. Okay, so the release is probably a bit long. And I think we're going to add another, let's see, we're going to add a sub bass. Sub bass? Yeah, let's add a sub bass. So basically in Hive, you've got your main oscillator here, and then you've got a sub that sits this much off under it. So it'd be -12, another octave below. And you can solo that or whatnot. I'm actually going to go over here and this is basically a pulse width PWM, so I can modulate the pulse width by just drag this up here, and I'm going to say a constant source. And let me just get something that sounds kind of nice and aggressive. It's not a bad start, but let's go to FX here. Let's add some distortion. And that also increases the volume significantly, so of course it sounds better when you do that. Let's see here. All right. I'm also going to add some EQ here and just kind of, I think I'm going to raise the bass. Whoa, that sounded a little funny. Like his output maybe a little bit too high. And let's add some compression too. Yeah, something's not quite right. Okay, so probably need to add a filter on this as well. Let's do a low pass 24. And have it go up based on some envelope. So we'll do the mod envelope here, and probably just bring the sustain and release down. All right, let's try this out here. This can be really so that might be something we might want to twist later. We might want to modulate that. So I'm going to grab this and modulate the cutoff with this constant. And it seems a little bit loud. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this down. All right, so let's work on this compressor some. I'm just kind of referring to my notes here. Let's see here. Distortion, EQ. We got this as kind of a modulation source. Let's see here. That sounded pretty good. Let's see if I wanted to do anything else with this. We will be adding a bit more to this this bass. This is actually just kind of the upper end. I think I'm going to add a little bit of reverb to this as well. It kind of gives it an interesting effect. But we're going to make sure we don't reverb the lower frequencies too much. So in order to kind of tweak that in, let's turn the mix all the way up on that. That's way too long. We just want a little bit of a there we go. Doesn't have to be much of a mix. You just want to get a little bit of that, a little bit of a tail on it. I think it's still a little bit too loud, so I'm going to bring it down just a hair. One thing I want to do though, let's bring this kick drum up. Let's try this out. We'll drop this a couple for now. So that sounded pretty good. That's a good start on our bass. We may tweak it more later, but I think that's a pretty good start. So we'll cut it there, and in the next tutorial, I'm actually going to expand on this bass a little bit more and give it a lot more beef using the Diva synth. So I hope you found that useful. Again, Control S, save your work.